Hey, what's up guys, this is M4K from Tech Entourage. Welcome to your channel. Today we are going to be talking about how to make your Wi-Fi toggles automatically without you having the pain of turning it on and off based on different trigger. All of that, we will see it after the intro. So, today we are going to be talking about how to toggle your Wi-Fi and other settings if you want automatically without you having the pain of turning them on and off. For today's video, we are going to be basically focusing on the Wi-Fi. We will have different profiles. One of them is based on the geofence, and the second one is based on the activity, and the third one is based on timing. Let's jump to my smartphone over here and see the three profiles, and after that we will come with the cons and pros of each profile. So let's jump to my smartphone over here to see how it works. Let's start by opening Tasker. These two last profiles are the initially created profile for test. I've been testing them for about a week. And now let's create our own stable profile. Okay, let's call it cell ID check. Okay, let's create event plugin, and I'm going to use auto voice plugin. Auto voice, recognize, and let's go for the configuration. Commands, do you need help? No, thank you, I don't need any help. And let's create our command. Let's say give me the tower information. Okay, let's confirm, and let's go back and create a new task. Let's call it cell ID check. Sorry. Okay, and let's create a new task, alert task, and save task. Let's say you are using the cell. Okay, and let's insert a variable called cell ID. Okay, let's make sure it's a notification, and let's go back. Let's add another alert, which is a pop-up alert. Okay, for the title, cell ID. For the text, let's input the same variable, which is cell ID. Okay, let the rest as it is. Okay, let's go back. This profile is meant to get us the information about the cell that we are using. This is the profile. Now we need to know which cell ID we are using. So it's easy and simple to get the cell ID that we are using. It's easy. Whether you check it via your trigger, and for the sake of the tutorial, we are going to check it directly from the demo task, which is this one. let's try the task and we will get the result of the cell that we are using. Okay, here we are, the information about the cell that we are using. So all you have to do is to copy and paste the cell information into your profile. Okay, let's call it activity profile. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, it's not event but state. Okay. Plugin and activity task. Let's select activity task and let's go for the configuration. We will select all the possible configuration in vehicle, on bike, on foot, walking or running to get the maximum result from the trigger. Okay, let's go back and let's create a new task. Let's call it activity profile. Okay, let's create a new task, an if task, and let's insert a variable which is the cell ID, same one. Okay, and the value. So for me, I already remember the cell ID and the configuration of the cell ID. So I'm going to type it to save the time. GSM, sorry, it's uppercase. GSM. Okay. 16.408.4228867. This is the cell ID near to my home. So, and now let's put the Wi-Fi configuration. Okay, Wi-Fi on. Okay, and let's add another task, which is a plugin, auto notification, and let's go for configuration. For the persistency, type the cell ID and let's say, and for the persistency we are not going to put it as a persistent notification. Okay, let's go back, and for the visibility and the priority, let's say default, and this is, we are not going to put anything, and here is public. And let's go back. For the text title we will put in, and the text in, and text when expanded, welcome home. Okay, the rest let's say as it is. For the icon, you can choose an icon for your notification, and let's say iPad icons, and let's choose, this is with Wi-Fi on, it's good. Okay, we'll select it, and let's go back, let's confirm. This is when our cell phone is using the desired cell ID. And let's add another task, which is an if task again, but this time let's choose the variable cell ID, but this time only if it does not match the desired cell ID. Okay, GSM, okay, 1604, not 04, it's 16408 dot 4228867. Okay, and let's go to the Wi-Fi configuration. Okay, Wi-Fi off, and let's create another notification. Plugin to a notification. Okay, the ID, let's choose out, out. Okay, persistency not persistent. Okay, let's go back. Visibility and priority, priority default and visibility public. The rest will stay as it is, and text for the title out, and for the text out, and for the text when expanded, have a good trip since you are leaving home. Okay, let's go back and let's check the icon. Let's choose an icon for our notification, iPack icon. Okay, let's see something that have a something like Wi-Fi off or something like that. Let's check. Okay, this one is in black. It looks like a Wi-Fi off, and let's go. Let's confirm. Okay, we are good to go. Like this, our profile has been created based on the trigger, which is the activity trigger. Okay, let's move now and create a second profile based on a different trigger, which is the time trigger, not the activity trigger. Let's create a new profile and say time profile. Okay, time, and select all from and unselect until select every 15 minutes. Go back and let's choose the task, the same task, which is activity profile, the same one that we have been using for the first profile, which is the profile that is based on activity. We have activity profile and time profile, and they are different just for the trigger. The tasks are the same. Okay, now let's create the third profile, which is geofence profile. Geo, or let's call it geo profile. You can call it wherever you want. Geo profile, and let's put event, and let's choose plugin, and now we are going to use auto location, geofence. Okay, and let's go for the configuration. Geofence name, I already created that. As soon as we finish the profile, I will show you how to create a geofence. For me, I'm creating 2 geofences since I've been using them the entire week for the sake of the test. I'm using a geofence for home and another geofence for office. I'm going to choose home and I'm going to choose the state. For us, let's say inside the geofence. Okay, let's confirm and let's create a new task. Let's call it geo profile on. Geo profile on. Okay, let's go to the Wi-Fi configuration and toggle Wi-Fi on since we are inside the home geofence. Okay, and let's put an alert. Say alert. Let's say, for example, welcome home. I'm adding these alerts just to ensure that our profiles are working right. For you, you can just create these alerts for the beginning to test if it's working. When you get sure that it's working, you can take them off and let your phone work automatically without bothering you. I'm in, I'm out, I'm out, I'm in, and stuff like that. So let's make sure it's a notification. Okay, and let's create another profile which is the same profile, geo profile, but this time out, when we are out of the geofence. Okay, event plugin auto location and geofence. Let's go for the configuration. Geofence name home and outside. Let's confirm. Okay, let's create new task, geo profile off. Okay, let's go to the Wi-Fi configuration. Okay, and Wi-Fi off. Okay, let it as it is. Good, and let's create an alert in order to get the information that the profile is working correctly. Have a nice trip. Okay, and let's make sure it's a notification. Great. Like this, our 3 profiles are already created, and I'm sorry that I cannot test them. I mean a real test by moving out far from the cell ID or from the geofence that I already created. All I can do is to try them via the trial, tasker trial, which is the play button, and we will go through that just after how to create a geofence area. So let's go back or go home. Let's open auto location application. Okay, close. Okay, and let's go for manage geofences. Okay, okay, now let's create our geofence based on our actual location, which is the blue one. Okay, you can input the radius in meters. By default it's 100, and I really suggest to leave it as it is. okay, in order not to get or to consume a lot of battery life, or by be forcing to activate high accuracy location on your phone, which consumes a huge amount of battery. So it's 100 meter, let it as it is, put OK, and okay, this is our area which is going to be covered by the profile, and all is good now. Go back or accept the geofence, give it a name. I'm gonna call it tests since I'm already available in my list. Let's click OK, and our geofence is created. So it's by default gonna be created outside. We can change that, or you can invert that on Tasker since it's not a problem. As you can see, this is the home geofence that I already used it for our profile. So now, since we have seen how to create a geofence, let's go back to Tasker and test the profile that have been already created. As I said, the activity profile is not that stable, and the geofence profile is stable, but it's battery consuming profile, since you have to activate the location or the GPS each time the profile want to get your real location, okay? But the time profile is the perfect profile among these three profiles, since it's accurate, stable, and it is not battery consuming, since we are not going to consume any other resources like Wi-Fi or GPS or Bluetooth or any other sensors. We are going to be using the frequencies that are being used already by the phone, which is only checking the cell every 15 minutes. Okay, let's go for the activity profile and let's hit test. Okay, let's check the notifications. We are in, and that's right. Not this one, this is 36 minutes ago from the test profile, and this one is right now and we are in, so it's working. Okay, clear all. So as I have been saying, the geofence profile cannot be tested for real without me moving. So I will try to give you some screenshots later about the test of the geofence. Now let's move to the time profile, which is the most stable profile among today's list of profiles. So let's go and let's check it. This profile can be checked since there is an if. So if the cell ID is the desired one, a profile is going to be working. If it's not the desired one, the profile is going to be acting otherwise, different than if the cell ID is the desired one. So let's go and hit play and see what's gonna happen. By the way, we are in the in area and we are using the desired cell IDs. Let's now see if it will work properly or not. Okay, so we are in the in area and the cell ID is right and the profile is right. And here is the welcome home text after expanding. Do you like our videos? Tasker Guide section returns back every week with a new tutorial, so why not subscribing in order not to miss any? So, as you have seen, 3 triggers and 3 different profiles. For each one has some cons and has some pros. For example, for the trigger that is based on the geofence, it will consume the battery, since you will be pushing the location to be on all the time or most of the time, which will drain your battery. For the activity trigger, recently tested it for about a week. It's not that stable. It works, it does not consume any battery life, but it's not that stable. The stable one is the timing trigger. Each time your phone will check the cell that your phone is using. If not the desired cell, it will automatically turn off your Wi-Fi. If it's the desired cell, it will automatically turn on the Wi-Fi. The pros for the timing trigger, it does not consume battery and it's very stable. But if we see the geofence profile, it is stable, that's true, but it consumes battery life and consumes a lot from your battery. Maybe you will be using that amount of battery in something else with your smartphone. And the third one, which is the activity, it does not consume from your battery life at all, but it's not that stable and it's not that accurate. For me, I'll be using the timing trigger or the timing profile, which is stable and it does not consume any battery life from your smartphone. So this is it for today's episode. For any further information, questions or suggestions, please let us know where in the comment section below. If you are new, as it's always been the case, take a moment and consider subscribing. The subscribing button is over here and you can find it in the end of this episode over there. So till next week, all I have to say is thank you for watching. Peace.
Now we have reached triangle, square.